All right, let's jump right in. If you're just starting out in online marketing and you kind of feel like you're just spinning your wheels and getting nowhere, you're going to want to hear this. We're breaking down something called the Hustlefreedom Framework, and it's a system designed to completely flip the script on how you get results.
So let's just tackle the big one, right? The question that probably keeps so many new marketers up at night. You're putting in the work, you're creating the content, you're doing all the things, but the needle just isn't moving. Why is it so common to struggle and fail to get any real traction?
And boom, here it is. This is the core insight of this entire framework. The biggest mistake most people make, it has nothing to do with the algorithm or the platform or even the product they're selling. It's about what you're chasing. The endless chase for more eyeballs, for more traffic, almost always comes at the expense of the one thing that actually works: real, genuine trust.
Okay, so that's the problem. What's the fix? Well, this is where the Hustle Freedom Framework comes in. And look, this isn't some new secret tactic or a traffic hack. It is a complete mindset shift. It's about getting off that treadmill of chasing empty numbers like likes and views, and instead focusing on building a real connection with people by giving them clarity. This slide just lays it all out so perfectly, doesn't it? The old way versus the new way. The old way, it runs on hype. It runs on high-pressure tactics just to get traffic. But the new way, the framework's way, well, that's built on providing clarity through a consistent system. It builds lasting trust, it sparks real curiosity, and that is a game you can actually win long-term. So how do you actually do this? What does it sound like? Well, it all starts with your tone. Before you even think about what to post, you have to decide how you're going to show up and communicate. And this framework, it demands a tone that is calm, clear, and confident. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, it's about being the most credible. You want to be the honest, educational guide, not some hyped-up salesperson. Okay, so once you've got that tone down, the next piece of the puzzle is setting up some guardrails. Think of these as the non-negotiable rules of engagement. These are the things you absolutely have to avoid if you're serious about building that solid foundation of trust. Now, when you look at this list, I know some of this might feel totally backwards, right? But every single one of these rules has a purpose. No income promises or crazy claims, because that just makes people skeptical. No lifestyle flexing, because that makes it about you, not about them. By ditching the hype and the direct selling in your main content, you protect that calm, educational tone we just talked about. The goal is to become the trusted resource, not just another ad.
All right, so we know our tone, we know what not to do, so what do you actually create? What should you be posting? Well, the framework is built on these 4 very specific content pillars, and they're all designed to systematically build trust and deliver real value.
And check this out. It's not just a random list. There's a flow to it. First, you make your audience feel understood by talking about a specific problem they have. Then, you build your credibility by busting a common myth they probably believe about that problem. Third, you deliver massive value by making a complex process simple for them. And finally, you build a real connection by honestly sharing your own journey. You see how each one builds on the last? It's a system for earning trust. So, as we start to bring this all together, it's so important to remember the ultimate goal here. After all this work, after following the system, what are you actually building? What's the real point of it all?
Let's be clear. The goal isn't to create loud, flashy content that's forgotten 5 seconds later. Hype is like cotton candy. It dissolves into nothing.
And it is definitely not about trying to pressure someone into a sale. Those tactics might get you a quick win, but they absolutely destroy any chance you have of building a long-term, trust-based relationship.
So if it's not hype and it's not pressure, what is it? It's these 3 things right here. You are building trust so that people actually believe what you say. You are sparking curiosity so they want to lean in and learn more from you. And you are providing clarity, which makes you an invaluable resource in a super noisy world. That is what you're building.
So I want to leave you with this one question to really think about. It's really easy to say, oh, I'm building content for my audience. But take a second and ask yourself, are you really building it to earn their trust? Because according to this framework, that might just be the only metric that truly matters.